So I got this question the other day. Is Social Security up for debate? And here's my response. You may have seen it from the title. Social Security is not up for debate. This is not something that Democrats and Republicans are debating. Social Security at this point is needed in the United States. We know more than 65 million people will receive some form of benefits administered by the Social Security Administration. And this number is only expected to increase even more as more baby boomers reach retirement age. And so this is what you need to understand is Social Security is not up for debate. It is something that is needed. It is required. Now, is it something that it's a law, right? We have to have Social Security for every single person in the United States for the foreseeable future? No. This could ultimately get scrapped. Okay, just to be very clear, be frank on that. But again, I've been getting a lot of questions regarding Social Security benefits, and I want to clear some of these things up. And if you have any questions regarding Social Security, please let me know your questions down in the comment section below. Now, I can tell you right now, I am not an expert on Social Security. I am just a guy on YouTube that will do just an abundance of research to figure out the answers that you guys have. If you don't have the time to figure it out, put it down in the comment section below and let me do the research for you. Now, here's one of the questions I got. Are Republicans really considering getting rid of Social Security? Well, here's the thing. We've heard multiple reports, multiple articles and interviews where certain Republicans have come out and said that we have to make changes because Social Security is just too expensive. It's too expensive. It's pushing the United States further into debt. I want to be very clear on something. Some Republicans like Senator Ron Johnson, he wanted to see that Social Security and other government programs like Medicare would get voted on every single year by Congress. And what Congress decided is, okay, does Social Security, does that get approved and get funded or not? Every single year they would do this. Well, you know how we kind of have issues with the government funding bill every year? Yeah, that's exactly what this would turn into. But Senator Ron Johnson said this: if the law is worth keeping, then Congress can pass it again. But the reality of the situation is that getting rid of Social Security altogether would be almost political suicide for any Republican that voted for it. Now, and I say this because even though many Republicans don't like Social Security, don't like how they get taxed a certain percent of their income, and that money goes into the Social Security pot, and then it pays for the current people in Social Security, right? The current beneficiaries. But when they are getting ready for Social Security and get the payout and get their benefit, guess what? It's dependent on how many people are paying in at that time. So it's always lagging. That's part of the issue. Even Florida Senator Rick Scott, he wants to see Medicare and Social Security programs get reapproved every 5 years. Yeah. Now, obviously, Democrats ripped him a new one as well, but that's kind of what's happening. But here is where Republicans want to see changes. The GOP wants to see Social Security go back to the way it was meant to be. And Social Security, and again, I didn't know what Social Security was supposed to be. I had to look into this, a while back. But Social Security benefits were not the purpose. The whole purpose was not to retire somebody. That wasn't the goal. Social Security was supposed to be a supplemental benefit on top of retirement income, on top of pensions. That's what it was supposed to be, on top of savings. It was supposed to be a supplemental benefit, not 100% income. But over the years, millions of Americans have gotten away from investing into retirement, investing into other options, real estate and savings and stocks, and just investing for the future. And for many now, it is a pipe dream for them to retire. But here's what I can tell you. There are current proposals out there that are trying to get people, especially around my age, 25, 35, 40 years old, to invest more money, put more money into retirement. And the purpose behind that is so that later on in life, it doesn't become so difficult to retire. We wouldn't need as much Social Security benefits to retire. We could do that because, again, Social Security would become the supplemental income to it. It wouldn't be the full thing. So there are proposals out there that would provide you a little bit of a deduction, right? A little bit of a benefit to invest. So I think that's very interesting that we're getting more reports on that, because it's not about, okay, we have to invest more. It's just invest earlier. That's kind of what we're seeing at this time. Another question I got is, will Democrats ever be able to increase current benefits? Now, I think it's very interesting that it's not, will Congress ever be able to increase current benefits? It was, will Democrats be able to? And the answer is likely not. Unless Democrats win the majority of the seats in the Senate, they have to have more than 60, right? Or else, if they don't have more than 60, they have to get Republicans on board. And if they can't get Republicans on board, then that would be something called the filibuster, where they actually don't reach the 60 votes, and so the vote would not pass, or the bill would not pass. Right now, increasing benefits is seen as a secondary issue. The current issue that we're facing right now is, how can we shore up Social Security? How can we assure that it will not become insolvent in 2035, in just 13 years? So that's the main issue, and this is mainly brought up by Senator Joe Manchin time and time again. But he's keeping a very close eye on the federal deficit. He does not want to see Social Security get so expensive to the point where we are increasing benefits, but at the same time as we increase benefits, what's happening is more and more people are retiring, because, again, baby boomers are hitting that age. They're hitting that age, and that's kind of the issue. That's where some people are extremely worried. Another question I got, will a bill ever be introduced to help Social Security beneficiaries? Now, this person, again, I know it kind of ties into the last question, but this person just wants to know, will any bill ever be introduced? The answer is yes. There has been multiple bills. And one was actually introduced today, is actually brought forward by I believe the House Ways and Means Committee. And what this bill would do is it would scrap provisions under current law that actually limit the Social Security payout of beneficiaries from government pensions. So if you get a government pension, currently the way it works is, if you make over a certain amount of money, the amount of money that you get for Social Security is actually decreased. So what this is going to do is this would decrease, or pretty much scrap that provision, right? So the goal behind this bill, which is something that we've talked about before on this channel, is it's increasing benefits by reducing deductions, okay? By taking away the stuff that's reducing your money. So it's a little bit of a addition by subtraction in this case, or in this instance. So I think that's very interesting that we are getting some discussions on providing for Social Security. But again, it's how can we get rid of the current laws, the current provisions? Because if we can get rid of the current provisions, then maybe we can shore up Social Security. Then maybe we can increase benefits. But it's not about increasing benefits by providing more funding, pulling in more taxes. No, it's about getting rid of the current laws that are in place. That's what we are seeing at this time. So again, I just want to be very clear. Social Security is not up for debate. This is not something that I see Republicans, definitely not Democrats, but I don't see Republicans getting rid of this anytime soon. What I see happening is Republicans are going to find a way to shore up Social Security first. Now, could they reduce the amount of people that qualify? Yeah, they could do that. But are they going to get rid of Social Security altogether? No, I don't see that happening. All right? So that's what we know at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise, I'll come back on and share all latest news and updates. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.